I just love how everyone but Squirrel did that.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Toku Talk, our podcast on stream where we talk about anything and everything geek. I am your host, Dev Synchro, joined as always by Artemis, Ecliptor, and Squirrel. And joining us today is Roman. Way Music will be leaving us. Give me 1 second. Leave. There we go. Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. So yeah, if you are a WWE fan, you should know that is the main theme song of Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, the #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and he will be facing Gunther at WrestleMania, and hopefully, I'm pretty sure he will win the championship, his first ever. He won the IC title a couple of months ago. But his first big singles championship. But anyway, so today we talk about anything and everything geek with a focus on tokusatsu, and that is sort of.
Yeah, for us.
Yes, we're good. We're good. We have a. You're good. We're focusing on tokusatsu today, sort of. We're talking about kind of the fandom side of tokusatsu, but we'll get to that in just a bit. But first, as always, we are jumping in behind the morphing grid, session 7. 6.5, but we're gonna call it 7. We are where did we start? We were in the juice bar. We were chilling. We kind of still had tensions were still up amongst the ranks of the Metallic Sworn team, and Brody and Jackson, as always, being the heart and the foundation of the team, tried their best to quell the flames. We met Layla, a friend of Josh, friend. A friend who told us about an art gallery, and that sparked an opportunity for Josh to be like, hey, do you mind bringing Cassie? So let's start there. What were your thoughts on Cassie? What were your thoughts when he brought that up? Did you know? Was that planned?
I had no clue.
Okay. And so when that was brought up, what was your thoughts?
What? Literally that? What? Okay. I guess this is a thing now.
Real quick though, who created Layla?
That would be Roman.
Me.
Roman. All right. So, do you mind describing her? And just get it out there.
Tomboyish artist tends to be a very isolated person, but is very creative and very I gotta look at what I gave Ecliptor. Hold on.
So he gave me a whole write up. It was like a whole paragraph and a half, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, tomboy, isolated, and was basically Joshua's shoulder during the earlier years of high school.
Oh, nice. Okay. And so after that, Jackson Jackson stopped by suggesting a campfire. We kind of didn't delve into that. We kind of just we're doing a cabin episode. Squirrel, you were still Toshiro at that time. What were your thoughts when he suggested that a whole weekend in the forest in a cabin with a bunch of these people that you're still kind of having like this tension with?
Honestly, it was very just out there. I wasn't expecting a Olympia campfire scene to be
Same. I was like, oh man, campfire.
It's a bonding thing.
It was definitely something that I didn't plan on Toshiro kind of participating in, unless like he was like dragged by his like hands and knees or something.
Which Jackson absolutely would have.
Mm. Okay. What was Josh thinking?
For the whole camping thing,
Yeah.
I was thinking, how is this gonna occur? How is this gonna get into the story? Like, how is this gonna click with one thing or another?
Just like the campfire episode. And then Artemis was, for those of you that don't know, was a avid viewer of Olympia, so she did see the campfire episode and how
I saw everything.
and how well and successful the campfire episode went for the Olympia team. It just the hugest success. It just did everything it needed to for the team, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still have scars from that infamous campfire scene.
So as a viewer of that campfire episode of Olympia, what were your thoughts when he suggested that?
Oof.
Okay.
Just oof.
Okay. And then as Cassie, because she's still kind of dealing with stuff, which is kind of the point of this campfire cabin episode. It's kind of to, I have arrived, I'm here to see Squirrel and Ecliptor fight in Pokemon. That will be later. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, as just someone who was still kind of dealing with, you know, everything emotionally, where was she at with this whole thing? Again, a whole weekend in the forest, in the cabin, with a bunch of people that she's developed tension with.
I have to stop myself because you're gonna get mad at me if I finish that sentence.
No, be honest.
No, I don't know. Because it was either gonna go really good or really bad.
Okay. I mean, we haven't had it yet, so we still
haven't had it yet.
No.
But considering that I've started getting cast to like be softer, I don't think it would go over too bad.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, just a skip forward. We'll get to the next scene in a bit. She does get softer. There is a slight resolution between Cassie and Toshiro midway through session 7. So now, and also, we'll get to the really big surprise at the end.
Big thing later.
Really big thing in just a bit. But with that resolution and also the big thing, what do you see Kaz doing during the cabin episode? Like, what would you plan to have Kaz do during the episode?
Same thing that's going to happen during PMC.
Guys, we have a special viewer.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
See, even
man.
Starboy is like, kiss Toshiro. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, possibility.
Kiss.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very innocent.
Very innocent, for sure. And then, I do have a question for Josh. We are as I said, 7 episodes in. No, don't worry. We are 7 episodes in, right? And we've kind of just like established dynamic amongst certain people. Obvious, like Shindo is best friends with Jackson. They're kind of like together, but also like separate, but also together. Shindo and Toshiro. Shindo's kind of like just like looking out for Toshiro, so that's established. Jackson and Brody are kind of like tag teaming, like taking care of this team, and then Cassie will get there. She's still dealing with stuff. Josh hasn't really had an excuse to be like separate from everyone. So where do you see, what are the dynamics that you see with Josh?
Mostly the dynamic I see with Josh is the motivator in a way, the motivator in a way in which he'll kind of just stand up. He's the loud person, but I haven't really had the confidence in myself to be that loud person yet. And so I'm just like trying
No.
Josh, I know.
No. Here. Listen.
Here, pause.
As it's established, I know you have a plan for Josh. I know there's like an image that you want Josh to be, but as it's established, what are the dynamics, for Josh? Like, is he close to anyone? Is he like just like himself? Like, what role does he play in the team?
Well, what role does he play in the team? He's trying to be the motivator.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. I see him like connecting more with Brody, but considering that he's friends with Jackson, he's kind of in his own little. He's kind of a bit in his own little island in which he doesn't really have many, like, I don't want to say many people to hang out with, but I know. That's not what I'm trying to say. So okay. I'm generally trying to figure out who out of the cast of people we have, who would he connect with the most? It would most likely be Cass.
Because I see 2 completely different people. I see Brody and Max as the 2 that Josh most likely kings up with. Because so especially Brody and Josh together is like a comic relief dynamic duo that's hilariously heartful.
Very.
I can see that as well. I can definitely see that as well.
And just because
like, we have that constant joke of Josh's busted down car and Brody being Brody.
Yes.
Always good. It's always good for a laugh.
I love it. I love how we don't have any other way to explain Brody other than he is Brody.
He is Brody.
Yes.
I know. It's just great.
And just so you know, just because he's friends with Jackson doesn't mean you can't also be friends.
Yeah.
It's just like the trying to keep in that dynamic.
You're looking for your duo partner.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because obviously Shindo and Jackson are a pretty solid duo. You know, Cass is going to go wherever Toshiro goes at this point.
Oh.
You know, and that really leaves you, Max and Brody to kind of bounce around. Which that trio alone is hysterical.
It's great.
With Max being like the straight man of the trio. like not straight as in like sexuality, but like
right.
You know, the stoic one out of the
three. Yeah.
The reasonable one.
Sure, you can say that.
Yeah.
The reasonable one, even though he's rich as hell. I know.
All right.
No, he's not. What?
Oh no, I'm thinking about Jackson. My bad. I'm thinking Max.
So Jackson's the rich one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson's the rich one.
And now, we have a little more and then fast forward just a smidge, we have a little bit more interaction with Alyssa. Okay. I have been getting that wrong since like the first episode, so I just want to be sure. We have Alyssa, and we're kind of establishing that Jackson and Alyssa are kind of just like playing their cards as they come along, and they're dealing with the situation as is. So I kind of want to see also, knowing like Jackson and Alyssa, knowing what they're dealing with, knowing how they're affected with this situation, I especially want to ask Cass, since she's close to Jackson, where her head is at with that part. Just Jackson and Alyssa, with everything going on.
Well, she's definitely concerned for them, considering everything that's happening. Because she doesn't want someone to be like, "Oh, figure out they're augmented and ship them off."
Right.
And I'm like, Cass wouldn't let that happen. She'd be like, "Over my dead body."
Okay. And
yeah,
just for a quick elaboration, where is Jackson with everything?
Mentally?
Yes, because from what I've seen, Alyssa's taking it in strides. She's concerned. She has, she's like, aware, but I feel like Jackson is taking it more personally than Alyssa is.
Yeah, so Alyssa, very much, her biggest concern comes from wanting to make sure that Jackson's okay, right? And, like, don't get me wrong, she's concerned for everyone else, too. But, of course, it's a personal connection with Jackson, so that's where she's concerned. Jackson, however, is very much in the mindset of, see, there's some things that I want to talk about, but I also don't want to talk about because I want it to come out in character and in
right. Whatever you want to put out.
So he's very much in a, like, I need to protect Alyssa, I need to protect everyone, like, I'm a ranger now, that's part of my job, is making sure everyone's safe. He wants to make sure that people are okay. One sec.
Yeah.
Go down the hallway, watch TV, chill out. No, she didn't. Anywho.
Yeah.
Sorry, children being children.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the way things work. So, Jackson very much is, as I said, he's in the protective mindset of wanting to make sure Alyssa's okay, make sure everyone else is okay. He's also dealing with a lot when it comes to Dean and what happened to him.
Okay.
He even though it wasn't him, because he's now wearing purple, he feels responsible for it. And there's also the mixture of this point I might as well come out and say it. He also feels guilty because he got out and he didn't immediately go back and get Alyssa. Because he didn't know how. And he was like, I failed her. Through and through. So he's overcompensating and trying to, like, be that protector that he always was told he needed to be.
Now,
so he's doing a Troy, right? from Megaforce, and he's training way harder than he ever should.
Now, just for, like, role playing sake, would Shindo notice?
Oh, he definitely at least would notice the shift.
Okay, cool. Okay,
right. He would notice that he's training more. He would notice that he's, like, overcompensating and being over generous with a lot of things when it comes to his friends.
Okay, interesting. Okay,
so,
I know how to play that now. All right, cool. So, and then comes Toshiro's Justice Crusade once again. Again, as I said in the session, it's obvious. Like, one thing, credit where credit is due. Toshiro's sense of justice is impeccable, bar none. Right. The way he serves it is a little bit questionable. And so we have Toshiro chasing someone who's bullying someone else for being augmented. And even though the officer is already dealing with it, he knocks Yeah, he took it upon his own hands and he knocked him out, causing a ruckus, which led to us having our beach episode.
Yep, we skipped school the rest of the day. Went to the beach episode.
Yeah, and we did, and Shindo, being the loyal person he is, had to tell Mr. Cranston. So we'll see how that plays out. Huh?
Between him and Brody.
Yeah.
I gotta tell Teach.
So we'll see how that goes. And then so we head to the beach each. Let's go get away. I can't help it. And so we have kind of everyone doing their own thing. Brody and Jackson bonding over surfing, and obviously that's more.
That was adorable.
Yeah, that's obviously Jackson, trying to make Brody feel better. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of bonding. And then,
well, I mean, like that, and Jackson doesn't really know Brody all that well,
right?
Because Brody's new, right? He's newer, and Jackson's like, "You're part of the group. You're part of the team. Like, I want to get to know you."
Right.
He was going to do the same thing. He has every intention of doing the same thing with Toshiro in the cabins.
Well,
I mean, him and Toshiro know each other as it is, but just try to build that deeper connection now that they're teammates.
Right. And then Alyssa was sunbathing. Shindo was playing video games because he doesn't frolic.
Love that. I don't frolic.
Fucking Josh was using his Insecron as target practice.
And then what was Cassie doing?
I was just chilling with Alyssa.
Existing with Alyssa, yeah.
Existing with Alyssa.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would have said sunbathing with Alyssa, but Cassie doesn't seem like the type to sunbathe.
Okay. And then we focus in a little bit on Toshiro with resolving a little bit more his existential crisis, being the new dean, but that wasn't even but that's just how he sees it. And he has a conversation with his Insecron. And how did Toshiro come out of that?
So the way I was gonna have it come out, which it pretty much did, was he needed to hear it from more or less the source, the main person that would have understood Dean the most, being how they were symbiotic.
Right.
He just needed the reassurance, really, that no one was. Granted, everyone was trying to give him the reassurance, but it wasn't the reassurance he wanted to hear it from.
Oh, okay.
He obviously wanted to hear it either from Dean, whether he manifested and finally gave him the talk like he did with everyone else, or from Prismantis, but he was a little too ashamed to talk to Prismantis after, murdering someone.
Right.
So during that beach scene, he finally took it upon himself, to do that.
Right. And
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, what does Toshiro get out of that conversation?
He finally, not fully clicks, but it somewhat clicks in his mind that he doesn't have to try to be Dean. And that, as Brody was saying, but it didn't really click in his mind, he can be his own ranger without trying to, be Dean, while it's, memorable and, comradable to, try to put a positive outlook on the rest of Dean's legacy. It's not something he has to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
While it's sweet and everything, he doesn't have to. But he clearly still wants to, because being a ranger is such a huge responsibility that he has to take.
Right.
And he still feels, in a sense, not responsible, but in a way guilty. Because he, without choice, Prismantis immediately
moved,
goes to him. So it's like, he feels a sense that he might, like, he feels as if he thinks that everyone might think he's trying to replace them.
Right.
Which he's not.
Understandable.
And that kind of comes with like everything in the existential crisis.
Do you want to know a secret there, or do you want it to come out in game?
I want the secret now, because I'll be too fucking impatient.
So obviously Dean
Spoiler.
was the one who was handing you the morpher, right? He was absolutely like, "Hey, here's your thing," right?
Yeah.
And Prismantis 100% was like, "Okay, yeah, no, here, I will agree," because she trusted Dean.
Yeah.
You know, she figured Dean was going to make the right call.
Mm.
Yeah, that's completely understandable, right there.
That's fair.
And I imagine part of the reason why Dean was so like, "Hey, here's this morpher," outside of just the meta reason of he's dying and you had a new character on the line, was partially because like Jackson brought them, and Dean and Jackson had been friends for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably well aware that if Jackson's bringing somebody into the fold, there's a reason for it.
Exactly, yeah.
And then there's also like just the morphing grid being the morphing grid.
Yeah.
That's true.
But then we have and so after that, we have a little bit more bonding with Toshiro and Shindo. The only way boys will bond, kicking each other's asses.
Why I
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. So we fought, and but yeah, and after which there's a bit more understanding. A bit more understanding. Hopefully Toshiro also had a little bit of closure after that. And we have a soft ending to the day. Sun setting, beach rolling in, Brody right at the edge. Josh and Shindo chilling in their cars, watching the sunset. And
after Toshiro tried to beat the shit out of him because he sprayed him with a super soaker.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was like a whole ass chase, like for most of the beach.
Oh, it was funny.
And yeah, as Toshiro's leaving, there's a little bit of closure. There's a little bit of a more resolution between Cassie and Toshiro. Let's start with Toshiro again. What is the mindset after all of that? Like what did you see in that apology?
In Toshiro's mind, it was definitely almost like a forced apology. You know, because they haven't talked prior to that incident. She was still being a little cold to him. Granted, he was being cold to her as well, but you know.
Yeah, and she's still kind of scared of you.
And
fair.
It just felt like it wasn't fully sincere. While the words were sweet, that's all it was to him. Just sweet, just words, you know. Like at this point, like actions speak louder than words. If you're truly sorry, you would like express that in more than just a weak ass apology.
Now, not saying all of that, he did convey the feeling. So what did Cassie think after that? Because she kind of just left, not saying anything.
Yeah, I felt like if I tried to say anything else, I'd just get told off. So I'm like, I'm not gonna push his buttons. He already scares the shit out of me.
Right.
I'm just gonna get out of here and not piss him off.
Right. You were gonna say something, Eclipser?
I just said it was a fair response.
Right. And so that happened between the two characters, and then everyone started kind of like heading home and whatnot, except Brody, apparently established. And then plot twist: Cassie gets kidnapped.
Huge plot twist. I didn't see that coming.
Cassie gets straight up kidnapped, sent to the fucking moon. Sorry. Straight up sent to the moon, and not
into
moon.
The bloody moon.
Into the moon. That's not a moon. Because it wasn't the moon. It was the Voxian spaceship. Yeah.
Their starship.
And despite to Ecliptor's chagrin, we did not interact with the Power Rangers in space people that long. We took their boards and we flew the fuck.
I didn't expect you to. It was very much a here's your way to get to space because I had to think of it on the fly.
Oh, okay.
And it was either that or the Galaxy Rangers jet jammers.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I'm glad he chose the Astro Gliders.
I am too. The Astro Gliders fit a little more, especially with the whole surfing thing between Jackson and Brody.
And plus, it was fun to like actually role play that out with everyone's roles. Toshiro's still kind of struggling, and everyone else is just like woo. And then we land on the Voxian spaceship for the first time since mentioning it in session 0. This is our first time stepping in, and we've probably just explored what 10% of the ship, if anything. If anything,
that is a huge ship.
Yeah, so we went through this like little crevice, the size of a want wrap. No, I'm kidding. We went through a crevice, and then we went through just like an entryway that leads to kind of an elevator. And we find our way up to the 10th floor, which is where the science bay is. And using his abilities, Toshiro found Cassie in the room, and our first 2 main generals of the villains. These are for those of you that don't know, there is like the main villain, the BGE, and then there are like the generals underneath. And then you have the like monsters of the week, and then you had the putties. So these were the generals. One we've already met in session 5. And then we meet the mad scientists of their team, Morphing, Zalindra and Morphing. Cylinder and Modok. And we no questions asked, just went in, raised hell, kicked ass, knocked Zalindra out, and did a bit of damage to Morvok, and we saved Cassie. Bim bam boom, done.
I want to make a slight correction. You didn't knock Zalindra out. Her neck was broken.
Yeah.
Dean snapped her neck. She was dead.
Oh, yeah. Squirrel, do you want to explain? Do you want to explain, since it's your spotlight? Do you want to explain the little surprise?
I'll be salty about it.
My thought process on Dean coming back?
No. Just what happened? What was the thing?
Like what I had in mind?
What was the whole scenario after combat?
Right? Cliff Notes version.
No.
Coming to the end of combat.
Yes.
And we end up doing a team attack between Jackson, Brody, and Toshiro to deal with Zalindra as quickly as possible. And in the process, Dean's spirit shows up, talks to Toshiro, and basically is like, hey, this isn't the way to do that. Trust me, I want them dead too, but Cass is the priority right now. And then through bullshit morphin grid energy nonsense, basically shifts reality so that he's the one in place of Toshiro, snaps her neck, and then they fuse.
Yeah,
and then he and Toshiro fuse because
I misinterpreted what you
reasons.
Meant. Yeah, I misinterpret what you meant by shifting reality. Like, I thought at that moment he possessed Toshiro.
No.
So I was like, oh, so this is completely Roxas and Sora right now.
No.
No,
so it was very much a Dean standing Dean standing there looking at Toshiro. Zalindra and Morvok couldn't see him because they're not connected to the morphing grid. Mm-hmm. And Dean used morphing grid bullshit to physically swap their places. And then because Force Ghosts can interact with the real world, as we established in the sequel trilogy, he went and just, snapped her neck and went about things. And then you were like, oh yeah, by the way, here's Dean coming and fusing with me. So
yeah, I really thought it was going to be a Roxas Sora thing, or at least a Shotaro and Philip thing. Yeah. For double. So I was like, I'll take it upon myself, and I merged the two.
So now we have a new character. It's still Toshiro. Technically Toshiro, but
it just also happens to be Dean.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh. If you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh, it's Yami Yugi and Little Yugi. Yeah, they switch bodies and whatnot. I don't know how that's going to play out in the future, but it's a thing now, and apparently it was an accident.
Yeah,
I just got a really good idea, so I guess I'm on the run with.
I initially was gonna make it to where Dean was kind of like Toshiro's stand,
right?
Or he'll be or a JJK thing, the dude summoning Maharaga.
Bruh. At this point, I'm genuinely just going to say fuck it. And when you meet Casey, Dean is just going to be your spirit animal, literally.
At that point, we might as well. That way, it balances out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll mention it.
Your animal Casey. Spirit is just going to be Dean.
Dean, Dean, help me!
All right. And that's kind of how we ended things. We save Cassie, we take her to the base, we wake her up, she falls asleep. Yeah, she falls
a one time.
Yeah, and but she was saved. She was saved by the anti-venom. Studied since Dean's passing, and we kind of established Dean Shiro. As we are apparently now calling it. And so that's where we close the session. So the question becomes, let's go one by one. Cool. Sorry. So let's start with Roman. What do you think is going to happen in the next session?
I actually want to ask Squirrel, do you have a mechanism? Do you actually have when you're talking to Ecliptor, do you actually have a mechanism for when Dean and Toshiro switch, or when he activates?
When we swap? Yeah. Prior? No, this was kind of on the fly. But the way
I have a week to figure shit out.
Yeah, that's fair. So the way the shift is going to work in my mind, just so that we know who the fuck is talking. If it's Toshiro, the sunglasses come on, and then if it's Dean, they're off. Because I'm not gonna fucking be like, all right, hold on, go change my whole fucking outfit. And be like, all right, it's Dean.
Yeah. Or you can be like Yugi. Or you can be like Yugi. Yugi wears the jacket, and then Yami takes it off. It just wears it as a cape.
Right. One button goes on,
right?
And
oh, good grief!
All right.
What I'm expecting, for next session is either more team building scenarios.
Oh, it is the Kamen episode. Yeah.
Oh, it is the
It's going to be it's probably the Kamen episode.
It is going to be the Kamen episode.
It's going to be the Kamen episode. Yeah.
Y'all are awful presumptuous.
Oh, never mind.
This is like
I have shit that I have shit that I still didn't get to do.
Oh, okay.
From the 2 sessions.
Okay, cool.
Because roleplay stuff went long and I didn't want to.
Right. So. Okay.
I was gonna say like
without the cabin.
Yeah. more team building scenarios, and I would say a lot more scenarios with Brody in them.
Okay. Artemis.
I'm just excited to see what happens. I have no clue.
What do you think is gonna happen? Or just think of it from Cassie's point of view. What do you think is gonna happen?
Put these on so you can't see my eyes.
Wow. Why? You think that's gonna help me?
Go ahead.
Not supposed to help you.
It's not helping.
All right. So
now I'm confused. Anyways. Not that takes much.
Mm-hmm. Focus, woman.
I'm trying.
From Cassie's point of view, what do you think is going to happen?
From Cassie's point of view, I think she's probably going to be able to not be as scared of Toshiro since Dean's going to be around, like, indefinitely, like, in this little scenario thing he's got going on. Because Dean's not going to let Toshiro do shit to Cassie.
True. Fair. Squirrel, now that you are 2 people in one, what do you think is going to happen in the next session?
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
A whole lot of chaos.
Can you be more specific?
Because just being how they're completely 2 separate people. 2 separate personalities. Just complete opposites of one another. It's going to be so much conflict.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be pretty chaotic, yeah.
Because then you have those 2, like, working, like, interacting with
yin and yang, literally.
Yeah. So, you have those 2 interacting with each other, and then you have them interacting with everyone else.
Yeah, and future plans, if, it stays this way, or, like, I can swap, it would allow the Megazord to stay the same.
True.
And how he can put his Insecron into the warrior mode thing, and, like, the
Did you choose warrior mode?
One. It comes with the White Ranger.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Dang.
I kind of want to, like, I'm trying to get the words out of my mouth. I want the Insecron of your character to be like this, like the equalizer, like the devil's advocate for both parts of your character, in a way in which, like,
more than likely you will. But still gonna be a whole lot of fucking fucking barking at one another.
Absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting moving forward, especially with dynamics kind of changing once again amongst the group. We kind of also see more of Brody's other side. This is the first time he's kind of like lashed out on the group as well. In general, actually, not just to the group, just in general, we've always seen him as kind of just this stoic figure of just wonderment. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything goes down, especially now that we're introducing more and more characters and seeing how they play out. And also the fact that we have like a little under, I think we still have like 30 sessions to go, and so we still have like the rest of the Power Ranger world to explore. We've established that this takes place at the same time of all the other Power Rangers still being active, just in the future. So It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this team works with the other teams, especially since Olympia is definitely going to be coming back. So that's going to be fun having them again. With that being said, we're going to take just like our this is going to be like our small break, probably like 5 minutes. This is so we're going to just take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to come back to Just Got My Suit. This is the segment where we indoctrinate Artemis into the world of
word.
We deal with it. We're teaching her the world of tokusatsu and preparing her for our meetup at PMC. And I jokingly say that it's to not embarrass us, but it's also like this PMC is an experience of the fandom, not just the fandom, but also the community and the franchise in one weekend. So it is a lot to take in. So if we don't put you into this now, it's going to be a lot to take in. So that's that's one of the biggest reasons why. Also the fact that you want to get into the fandom. So you made your decisions. But yeah, we are going but yeah, we're going to jump into Just Got My Suit. We're going to start with Squirrel's presentation on Kamen Rider Build, and then we're going to actually talk about PMC. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be right back.
Fight me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are getting ready for a presentation. Well, we are jumping into Just Got My Suit. Like I said, this is a segment just for Artemis. This is to bring her into the world of tokusatsu. And one of the things we're going to be doing in the future is continuing. We are still doing it behind the scenes. We are still doing Toku Watch Club, I promise you. But eventually we are gonna move Toku Watch Club into Kamen Rider, which is what we do best here in TokuNexo. We do Power Rangers, we do Super Sentai, we do Ultraman, we do the Makai Knights, we do all of that. But Kamen Rider is our like bread and butter. You know what I mean?
So Dev, it's funny that you mentioned that because Miss Thing over here informed me that she has started watching Kamen Rider Geek on her own.
I will fight you.
You will have to fight me because it is my fault.
Yeah, Roman started it apparently.
I expect nothing less from Roman.
I'm sorry.
We're doing all of this. We're doing all of this to decide what is the best Kamen Rider series to start you off with, and you just go off and do shit by yourself. Unbelievable.
I would like to apologize to all of TokuNexo and for what I have
done. Unbelievable. Anyways, well, the presentation is done, so we're still gonna have it. Take it away, Professor Squirrel.
All right, welcome to Kamen Rider Build, a Squirrel Cakes presentation.
Trademark.
First, we are going to talk about the story/plot. The story starts with what is called the Pandora's box being opened, and walls spread and separate all of Japan into like 4 little segments. And then a genius named Sento Kiryu, who has a case of amnesia, and a man named Soichi Isurugi takes him in and gives him the driver, the build driver, for him to be Kamen Rider Build. And his whole purpose of being given this belt is to defeat monsters created from Pandora's box, named Smash Monsters. Soichi also turns out to be the main villain of the whole show, and was basically manipulating and using Sento to defeat the Smash and to collect their essence, basically, into the full bottles, which is the source of Build's power.
Spoilers.
Get the fuck off your phone.
Taking notes.
Anyway, how the power in the belt works. So, the main source is full bottles. There's 2 to be exact, and 1 bottle is usually a living thing, like a rabbit or octopus or a rose.
Mm-hmm.
And the other has to be non-living, a tank, a light bulb, TV, skateboard, you know?
A cell phone.
Okay.
A cell phone.
Small food.
And the power-ups end up being... They can be fused with any combination. So you can do rabbit skateboard or rose vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the power-ups, it's usually... It can be a fusion of 2 things coming into one. Like when it came to Rabbit Tank Sparkling, it fused the rabbit and the tank bottle together, and it made Rabbit Tank Sparkling, which ended up just being a giant soda can.
Yeah.
Or represents someone's internal interest or conflicts, like Rabbit Tank was made just because of the evilness of the hazard trigger, or in future instances, Grease Perfect Kingdom is a fusion of 3 people that died, and became the power up. And yeah, as we see, in some cases, it's a fusion of 2 or more people. Full bottles must be paired as 1 living, 1 non-living, or else the transformation fails completely.
Oh.
Like, it'll cause an explosion, and the driver and the bottles will just fucking come off your body. It'll do some serious damage. Right. So, like, if you put tank and light together, no good.
Right.
Onto our main writer, Sento Kiryu, who is Kamen Rider Build. He's a literal genius. He is the main writer of the series. He uses the forms mainly Rabbit Tank and other full bottle matches. Oh, one thing about full bottles, as I said, you can merge any 2 together as long as it's living and non-living, but the best outcome for the strongest form is something called a best match.
Best match.
Now, the forms he used was Rabbit Tank and the other combinations. The Genius bottle, Kamen Rider Build Genius, Rabbit Tank, which is usually paired with the Hazard Trigger, which is you could say battleizer, really.
Yeah.
For a Kamen Rider. Rabbit Dragon, which was a one-time thing at the end of Build. Yeah, the end of Build. Cross Build, which was a movie exclusive form. And the Black Hazard forms, which is just the Hazard Trigger and using the combination of the other full bottles. And it's called Black Hazard. He was actually body swapped. We end up learning later on in the series that Sento is technically not Sento.
Ooh.
There was a body swap because the real Sento, the body he ends up being swapped with, was framed for murder, and so they switched bodies, caused by the main villain of the series. And in Build, there's a thing called the hazard level. Hazard level determines what you're able to do as a Kamen Rider, like what forms you can do, what combinations you can do, what driver you can use, etc., etc. Sento's hazard level is 7, one of the highest ones in the series, as to be expected because he's the main character. Ryuga Banjo, aka Kamen Rider Cross. Yes, the Z is for some reason silent and present at the same time, so it is not Cross Z, it is Cross. Anyway, he's a secondary rider. At first, he couldn't transform with the Henshin belt. He couldn't be a Kamen Rider with the belt. So he used just the sheer raw power that was like oozing out of the bottle, oozing, I'd say, and just straight haymakering people with the bottle in hand.
Interesting.
He was only able to transform because we ended up learning that Soichi, the big baddie, transferred part of his DNA into Banjo. Because Banjo, this entire time, was Soichi's pawn. The main pawn in the game of chess that he was playing. The forms he mainly uses is Cross Dragon, Cross Charge, Cross Magma, Great Cross Dragon, and Muscle Galaxy. Muscle Galaxy is another movie exclusive one that he got for his own designated movie. At one point, he did lose the ability to transform because once Soichi finally got all he wanted from the main group, he essentially took back his DNA from Banjo, but through just sheer and pure willpower, he got that shit back on his own. He has one of the lowest hazard levels, though, considering what he can do. His hazard level is only 5.
Interesting.
Gen Toku Himuro, aka Kamen Rider Rogue. He was actually a villain to start off.
Yep.
He was technically working under Soichi. He is the son of the Prime Minister in the main series. He has very few forms. First being Night Rogue, which technically isn't a Kamen Rider because they didn't use a henshin belt. They used something called a steam gun, I think. Rogue, his ended up main form as a Kamen Rider, and then Prime Rogue, which is the only time he got another form as a Kamen Rider, but still one of the best. His bottle is actually the most unique, as it is called a cracked full bottle, and is the only one that has lights and sounds before you put it in the driver. And usually full bottles are used in the build driver, but in his instance, it's used in the splash driver, which we will get into momentarily. And yeah, at first he didn't use a driver to henshin. When he was Night Rogue, he used the steam. I don't remember what the gun was called.
The steam gun.
Yeah, it was the steam gun.
I think so.
His hazard level is iffy, completely undetermined, just due to the movie when worlds collided. But it is confirmed that it is higher than 4, being how you need to have a hazard level higher than, I think, 3.5 in order to use the splash driver. But which I don't know if that's true because Sento's is 7 and he couldn't use it. But anyway, my boy Kizumi Salatari, aka Kamen Rider Grease.
There we go.
He's the biggest simp of the series.
So are you.
Shut the fuck up. He simps for you could say secondary character of the show. I forgot what her name was, but I know her. That's her screen thing. That's her persona. I don't remember what her actual name was. But yeah, he simps for her. He somewhat started off as a villain, but more or less just kind of manipulated. He was manipulated. He was kind of just like persuaded to do the wrong things, kind of like how Toshiro kind of got persuaded to kill the man by Zero. But he was.
Is that where you got the idea?
I don't know if I go that far.
He was shown the correct path by the rest of the writers, and he joined the gang.
Leave Sesame alone.
He primarily uses the splash driver for his transformations. The splash driver is essentially the secondary belt of the series, and because there's 3. But
yes,
yeah. Forms he has is Grease, the basic one, using Robot Jelly. Grease Blizzard, which uses this beautiful thing. And And his movie designated form, Grease Perfect Kingdom. Perfect Kingdom is the one where I said it's the combination of 3 people that died. Those 3 people were his best friends, actually, who have died twice.
Okay.
And Grease Blizzard was the first form for any of the riders where it threatened possible, if not guaranteed, death for someone.
Ooh.
So when he used it in the series, he died. Because the hazard energy or whatever it was way past his hazard level.
Mm-hmm.
So just due to too much energy, too much power, too much hazard energy flowing in him, it was basically killing him from the inside.
Ooh.
It was a one-shot deal.
It was a one-shot deal. It was a one-time use, and if you used it once, you're fucking gone. But due to the movie, well, at the end of the special for when it was Rabbit Dragon, 2 multiverses collide. 2 of the same Earth collided and became one whole Earth, kind of like the Flash and Crisis. And there was a different type of hazard energy in the other world. And in the movie, Grease goes into this hot spring, which actually has that hazard energy in it. And with that, it infused into his body. So he has the initial hazard energy from his main world and the hazard energy from the other. So in the movie, when he used the Blizzard Knuckle to transform into Blizzard, Kamen Rider Blizzard, Grease Blizzard, he lived because it used that hazard energy from his world, but he still had the excess hazard energy from the other.
Oh.
Okay.
But even with that, his hazard level is still low and it's only 4.
You are spoiling a lot of the series.
Yeah.
It's okay, I probably won't remember this.
Yeah, knowing her, she won't. Soichi Isurugi, Kamen Rider Evil. He's the main villain. He ran a coffee shop that also has the writer's base of operations in it and a little secret room. He also didn't use a henshin belt similar to Rogue. He used the steam gun. He was able to possess the other riders to steal their power and turn them into evil full bottle, which is a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And those main ones being Rabbit and the Dragon full bottles. And combining them with the Rider system full bottle equals an evolution match. Evolution. His main forms was Evil Rabbit, Evil Dragon, Evil Cobra, and Evolto. I don't remember what his form was for the steam gun. I think it was Faust.
Cobra.
No, it was Faust or something like that.
No, the name of
that was the name of the organization. It was
Blood Miss.
Bloodstock. Yeah, Bloodstock. Yeah. Later down the line, in a crossover episode for Saber and Ghost, there is a new Soichi possessing another body, and with this, he gains a new form with his version of the hazard trigger. I don't remember what the hell it was called. But he ends up turning into Evil X. His coffee sucks. It is expressed heavily and continuously in the show that his coffee sucks. Whether they say it verbally or they refuse to drink it and drink instant coffee from a can. I couldn't find his hazard level anywhere.
Oh.
And that's it. That's the presentation.
I would like to add on that his hazard level is basically higher than anyone else's throughout the entire series.
You see, I was thinking that, but I literally couldn't find any bases to
there's no like real like numbers provided, but it's very heavily implied that because it's evil, it's his hazard level is stupid high.
Like exceeds because, especially because of his final evolution.
Yeah, the black hole.
Black hole.
But yeah, each form also has its own designated hazard level, and hazard level is kind of like a power system.
Sorry.
Like I think the highest, other than black hole, is funny enough, considering it's only a basic best match. Dragon Lock is the strongest one.
Interesting.
Because that hazard level continues to grow. Almost like the Zeo crystals, like the Zeo power, it continues to grow. That's why every time Sento used Dragon Lock, after a certain point, it would just become too much and he would de-transform.
Right.
And that's Kamen Rider Build!
All right. Any
Very
questions?
Good Very good show.
Any questions, comments, questions, and concerns?
I like it.
No.
It's
No.
nice.
What?
It's interesting.
It's nice. I like it.
It's
You brought up
good.
a lot of good points.
You make it too easy.
It's just
Genuine.
fun.
I want to watch it.
I literally only react because I think it's funny when I react.
All right.
Anyways.
So now we get to the meat of today's Toku Talk. Time travel with me, if you will, to I think it was about July 2022. I was at work. I literally just got this job. No. June. It was June 2022, and I literally just got this new job, right? And as I was training, it was like my second or third week. I was checking Instagram, and I find out that Ryota Ozawa, aka Captain Marvelous, aka Gokai Red, aka the man, the myth, the legend, was going to be in America, in California, for PMC. Out of nowhere. Like I said, I just got this job, so I don't have a lot of money. So I straight up decided I'm going to go. So I had to finish training really quickly and finish training really quickly, and then ask for the days off. And then I was very fortunate enough to have a friend give me let me use his flight miles, Delta miles, so I could get take care of my flight at least, and then I just had to pay for my hotel and my pass and everything else. And so yeah, everything kind of just happened really quickly. Everything was kind of on a whim, and by August 2022, I was in California, Pasadena, California, for PMC, and it was such an interesting experience. I've always heard about it. Everyone, if you're in the Power Ranger community, you hear about it all the time. The biggest Power Ranger convention in the world happens only every other year.
I first heard about it back in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah. So this has
been around for a minute.
And when you're, especially with the development of the internet, it's also where they announced the new season of Power Rangers. This is where they announced so this is the new season of Power Rangers. Now meet the cast. So this is where they introduce it. So you hear a lot, if you're in the community, you hear about it. But yeah, being there for the first time was so interesting. I have been, at that time, I was already in the, con circuit. I was at Ranger Stop. I was at MomoCon. I've been to More Phenomenal Expo. I go to AWA. So I've been in the con circuit for a good bit. And so, yeah, it's so being there and then seeing a bunch of those people from those other conventions really helped ground the experience, because it was very overwhelming. It was just so much people. Literally my first time lining up the line started at the door, and then it would roll around to the side of the building, almost crossing the road. And then by the time the doors open, I looked back and it was on like the other side of the road. So it's crazy how many people are there. But surprisingly enough, the space is wide enough that it doesn't feel like it. Like you go inside and you just like everyone kind of just spreads out. No one clumps like in one area. Like everything is like organized in a way where people go to where they're comfortable, and it's like spread out, and it feels nice. It feels open. But yeah, it was so it was a lot of fun. Just the first thing I did was like walk around, look at the merchandise and everything. And this is definitely absolutely home if you are a Power Ranger fan or a tokusatsu fan, because you see all of the merch from like Super Sentai, Power Rangers, all the way to from Mighty Morphin to whatever the season is at that time. And like you get the high-end stuff like Lightning Collection, Legacy Collection, CSMs, memorials, and what have you. You also have the really big vendors that everyone knows if you are a tokusatsu fan, like TokuNexo, Sentai jackets, Henshin vaults. You get like these really big names. These are where they make their money. And of course, obviously being a Power Ranger convention, the stars of the convention are the Power Rangers. And you know how Smash Brothers says everyone is there? Everyone is there. You obviously not like everyone, but pretty much every season has been represented. I have seen at least one person for every season, I think. I would have to go through the seasons in my head right now, but I'm not going to waste your time with that. But yeah, a lot of people. And you kind of, if you are well versed in the con circuit, you know who is popular. You know where the lines are going to be. You know where the long waits are going to be. So Johnny Young Bosch, Dan Southworth, Aaron Cahill, whatchamacallit? Walter Jones. What happened? What happened?
Nothing.
No, Ecliptor was making a face. What happened?
I need you to check our other channel real quick.
Ecliptor, are you streaming it too?
Oh my god!
No, I'm not.
I'm so confused. What's happening?
Well, we'll
talk about it.
We'll talk about it in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, TokuNexo is an upcoming brand, so we are in the works of a couple of projects, and so we are in the middle of actually communicating with some important people. I apologize for the leadway. So that's what's happening. But yeah, so PMC is just like honestly home for, if you are a Power Ranger fan, you have to experience it at least one time. And if you can bring friends, even better, because just the camaraderie. And if you can't, everyone there is there for the same reason. Like when you go to a like MomoCon, Comic-Con, Anime Expo, obviously people are there for like, specific things, but it's still like very spread out, right? Like when you're talking about like MomoCon has everything: video games, comic books, anime, cartoons, etc. So it's like spread out. Anime Expo is kind of the same. Anime is so diverse now, so like there's like anime for anything and everything. But when it comes to PMC, it's just Power Rangers. it's just tokusatsu, it's just Kamen Rider, it's just Super Sentai, and you kind of just have that space, and you know there's this security deep in your soul that everyone here is for the same reason, and it feels home.
I often refer to PMC as the mecca of tokusatsu fans.
Genuinely, absolutely. Like it's just like knowing that I had no problem. Like at that time, I was still like very shy and very conserved. But I had no problem like going up to people, making jokes with them, like off the rip. Like I saw a guy, I was dressed up as Kamen Rider 01, Aruto, and I was like at a vendor, and then I was still talking to the person, and then like out of the corner of my eye, I see like this figure come, and I'm just like, okay, it's just some guy like looking at merchandise, right? I didn't think about it. And then he starts talking, and he talks to me like, was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. Like he's looking at the thing that I was looking at. And then I look, and it's Jin. It's a cosplayer for Jin from Kamen Rider. And I immediately like made a joke about how he killed someone in the first episode. And he took it. He took it like in stride. We both laughed at it, and he was like, dude, do you want to take a picture? I was like, hell yeah. The vendor was really kind enough to take the picture for us, and yeah, I still follow him on Instagram. We still talk every so often, especially as PMC rolls up. I saw him again at PMC last year. It's such a good way to ingratiate yourself into the community even deeper. Like this, like TokuNexo is a community in of itself, but it's such a good way to spread yourself out, you know. And as I've told these guys before, the coolest thing about this is it's expensive. It's good, you know, it's California. Like for me, I'm traveling all the way from the other side of the country, so that by itself is expensive, and then I gotta stay at a hotel, and then I gotta buy my pass, and then it's conventions, so those merchandise are retail, but just like a little higher, right? So, but the coolest thing about these Power Ranger, especially the guests, is that they're here for the fandom. They're here for the community. They're not here that they obviously they want to make money, and they're expecting to, and they will. But they're mainly here for the community. So they're always down to just talk to you. They're walking around and saying hello and saying what's up, like just having quick conversations with people. It doesn't matter what your influences are, because you also have your favorite Toku creators there, like Chris Cantata Force, Colin K. Bass. Squirrel and I met Ranger Toa last year. There were just like a bunch of creators there, TikTokers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, cosplayers. Everyone is there. So, and of course, like I said, the reason why I went to PMC on a whim was Ryota Ozawa, Gokai Red. It was so cool meeting him for the first time. And he's legit. This was his first appearance, his first convention at all, stage show as they call it, ever. He's never done any experience other than like shows for to promote Super Sentai. So this was his first like appearance to like a meet and greet. So and he took it in stride, and he was having such a good time, and he was like pointing out cool things. Like I was still wearing my like makeshift Gokai Blue cosplay, and he recognized it almost immediately, and that was such a highlight of my time. And yeah, and if you're a collector of any kind, the merchandise there is top notch. You will find anything and everything there. The key is, though, once you find it, you better get it. Once you find it, you buy it there. Otherwise, chances are it's going to be gone by the time you look again.
Yeah.
But I was lucky enough to get I was lucky enough to get a Omega brace, Deca brace for Deca break, and go on phone. What else did I get? That was it. Oh, and a CSM Agito belt. $400. Totally worth it.
CSMs are not cheap.
Totally worth it. And like I said, everyone's there is so nice. People there, they'll push obviously to make a sell, but like they're like really cool. They're willing to make deals with you. And yeah, it's just such an interesting experience. And now we fast forward 2 years later, I go again, but this time it's a little bit more planned. And we got 7 people for Toku to like really reel me in. And I go to PMC, I go to Pasadena, I go to do the same thing, fly to LAX, Uber to what is now the Hotel Dina. I check in, I chill out. I wake up and I hear I'm getting ready. I take a shower. I'm jamming to some music. I'm watching Amazing World of Gumball, and I hear a knock on my door. And lo and behold, it's this strange man with no beard. And it took me like 2 seconds to figure out that it was Squirrel. So, Squirrel, why don't you take it away from here? Your experience from PMC from that day.
So, PMC is definitely one of the most organized conventions you'll ever go to. Compared to other big conventions like Anime Expo or whatever, PMC is so organized.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a lot of people with similar interest, and while yes, conventions typically are,
it's more narrow.
Other people, it's more narrow, but even then, like, because with the Anime Expo, it's for people who like anime.
Anime, yeah.
But we all know how the anime community is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't agree with someone, you might as well be ready to be like murdered by their
hands.
Throw hands. Let's go.
Yeah, you better. If you don't agree with somebody in the anime community, in most cases, you need to be ready to throw hands.
Exactly. So, but with Power Rangers and Sentai and everything, everyone vibes with each other.
Oh yeah, real quick. Jezer just popped into the chat, so shout outs to Jezer first and foremost. He is a man behind the scene. He is a man behind the scene of TokuNexo as we grow as a brand. He has been helping us with a lot of stuff, and he's one of the people that's also like communicating with us behind the scenes right now. But also, Jezer is one of the people that I met through PMC. This is like, he is one of the people that I networked with. I actually met some of his people in the previous PMC, but this year I met him in person. Squirrel met him in person. We had like a quick conversation. He's part of the media, so he was like, as he said, I was only there for a day to squeeze 20 interviews in, but it was great meeting y'all. Yeah, he was working his ass off. Yeah, he was working.
I'm putting the idea of an interview, and this man's out here like, oh, I squeezed 20 interviews into a day.
Because I think when it comes to conventions, you're not allotted a lot of time. You're not allotted the 30 minutes or even 10 minutes. You probably have 5 minutes if you're lucky. So but yeah, Jezer has been at this game for like a very long time, and he's helping us get to that position. And yeah, he's been working it, man. Like it's been really cool getting to know him, getting to know that side of the fandom. So shout outs to Jezer, and we definitely appreciate having him on the team. Continue, Squirrel.
Been a big help.
Yeah, like we all like the same thing,
mm-hmm.
and everyone is understanding of one another when it comes to like topics. Like
Jane and Shiba.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Like, for instance, for those of you who know Ranger Toa, we all know that he is the designated and #1 Jaden Shiba simp, right? Even though Power Ranger Samurai sucks.
Our opinion.
Oh,
Our
Squirrel.
opinion.
Our opinion.
Our opinion.
Our
and, by
opinion.
and by very popular opinion, Samurai sucks. But we let him have it. Because
Yeah, we let it slide.
Because it's his favorite series. It's his favorite Ranger.
But usually, like,
And he can have that.
yeah, but what Squirrel is pointing out is, like, in the anime community, if you're an anime fan, you know that, like, even the smallest disagreement can cause volatile responses.
Yeah, like for example, me, I hate Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball is the most trash anime I've ever seen in my life. And you best believe if I tell that to a designated Dragon Ball fan, I'm getting a pipe bomb sent to my house.
But like,
I mean,
I wouldn't go that far.
if you have an opinion in the anime community, you're gonna have to stand by it.
Yeah,
Whether
you're
you
gonna
You're
stand on
yeah,
it.
you
Like,
you are
defend it
betting
vehemently.
your life on that.
Like, for me, the big three, the anime big three, the only one I think that is actually a good anime that belongs in the
Bleach.
big three is Bleach.
Yeah.
One Piece and Naruto can kick rocks.
Okay.
you're just watching the same shit in a different skin. I want to point that out.
So is watching Naruto and One Piece. It's the same shit, different toilet.
All right, reel it in. Reel
Anyway.
it in. Yeah.
Reel it back in.
Yeah. We'll talk
Oh,
about it in another
Ranger
Toku Talk.
World.
Another Toku Talk.
Like we can have our opinions on Ranger series. Like, my favorite is in space, but my favorite Power Ranger is Ethan James from Dino Thunder. You know what I mean? And like, people will be like, "Oh yeah, that's a pretty good choice." Not my pick, but you can have that. Like, we are so understanding of one another in the Power Rangers community. And then for those, like, for example, Artemis, she's barely getting into this stuff. The only thing she knows is maybe 2 episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But if
And,
she
like,
goes to PMC and that's all she says, people will still be like welcoming her with open arms.
Someone
Like,
would probably like grab her hand and like drag her. Let me show you this thing. So,
Yeah, and then recommend her stuff, and
Yeah.
then be like, "Oh, have you seen?" And then for some of the people who watch Power Rangers but haven't seen Super Sentai Ranger Toa, well, he's starting to.
He's starting to.
But like, yeah, the people who've only watched Power Rangers but don't know what Super Sentai is, or don't know what Kamen Rider or Ultraman is, they'll be like, "I recommend it, and this is how you should start." Blah 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 blah. If this is your favorite Power Ranger series, you should watch the Sentai variant of it because that's where most of the community is just so great. The people running their panels, the people doing their what's it called?
Events.
The panels, the booths, the events.
Mm-hmm.
So great. Even after the convention, the events they held after the convention, like the trivia night.
Yeah.
They have events for everyone to participate in. They'll like rent out a venue.
And they have
rented out a bar.
And they have like sponsorships and partnerships that will also throw events under their name. Like in 2022, I went to a karaoke ran by the Illuminards, actually. Jezzer's crew. Yeah. Go ahead, Squirrel.
And then, like Dev said, the Rangers there that come, they're just the sweetest people you ever meet.
So cool.
So sometimes it doesn't seem like it. Like, for example, Johnny Young Bosch, aka Adam Park from Power Rangers. It's just because of his expression, like the way he expresses his facial emotion.
He's known as the stone-faced ranger.
He is known as the stone-faced ranger. But when he speaks to you, it is the most...
It's a true testament of him being a voice actor. Like, you can feel the emotion.
Hey guys, what's up? Oh my gosh, it's so great to meet... That is literally Adam Park.
Genuinely. Just like a little more like... Slightly, like, the face is, like, slightly more annoyed. Like, you feel like he's, like, tired.
Like you're bothering him.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? It's so great to meet you, honestly. Like...
And then he'll just, like, throw merchandise at you. Like he threw.
He gave you free merch.
Yeah, he threw us a wristband that said I'm a frog from Power Rangers the movie.
Of course it's I'm a Frog.
I have it.
It's right here.
Yeah, so I'm a frog. Yeah, he has like really cool just like small merch, and we've already,
since he does music, he'll give you his CDs. He'll be like, "Oh, I'm also going to be in this," and then give you a flyer for what he's about to be in. It's just, then, like, they're also just willing to talk to you, and if you want, they won't charge you. It just depends on how you want to execute it. They will morph with you.
Mm-hmm.
I morphed with 4 Rangers at PMC,
and one of them forced me to record it.
That being Kevin Duhaney, aka Ethan James.
Like, what are you doing? Just standing there. Take your phone out and record it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
I love it
with Jason Chen, aka Cam from Ninja Storm,
Green Samurai,
Adam, aka Hunter from Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the Crimson Thunder Ranger, and I forgot what the actor's name was, but Blake. Jorge Vargas.
Blake,
the Navy, the Navy Thunder. Yeah. I morphed with all of them, and it was so great. And they're just down to earth people, and literally they're just humans.
Genuinely,
they are just humans like us. Like Jeff Perazzo, for example. We could tell. But that man was absolutely high off his rocket, dude. That man was zooted. He was just sitting there, chilling. And when I forgot what convention you're at, I think it was
Ranger Stop.
RSP. He was at Ranger Stop Atlanta, and Dev got me a video shout out from the Kevin Duhaney. And all you hear is this man making random voice noises. And he turns the camera, and it's just Jeff Perazzo. And I show him the video. I'm like, do you remember doing this? And if you do, what was in your head? He was like, I remember. I think I just did it because I felt like it. That's it. Like,
he's so cool. I love him.
Like, I had no thought
He's
process.
Great. He's so human. He's so human.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like, my similar experience was when I met John Tui 2 years before that. That man is chill as fuck. You see everyone kind of like dress up a little bit, you know? It's still like casual, but they dress up a little bit. You see like Hunter, you see like Adam Tulane like wearing like a button-up shirt. His jeans are like really nice. No. John Tui's in a shirt and some cargo shorts and flip-flops, holding the Shadow Saber. I've never seen something more real in my life. Image so much. I've never seen something so real in my life. That man is chilling and enjoying life.
And the sweetest person out of everyone that we've talked to had to be Brendan Mejia.
Brendan is so cool.
Brendan is the reason why I'm giving Dino Charge more slack.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is my time to be honest with Brendan. I've seen you at Ranger Stop. You were at Ranger Stop 2019, and I did not want to give you the time of day because that's how much I did not like Dino Charge. Mainly because I was a Kyoryuger fan before Dino Charge came in, and like I held that series to such a high standard, and then when you guys came in, I compared Dino Charge to Kyoryuger, and you guys just, to me, were not adding up, you know what I mean? And so I correlated you to Dino Charge, and so I've seen you numerous times since 2019, and I have not given you the time of day until PMC, and I apologize. You are absolutely a really cool dude, and we hope we get the opportunity to like meet you again and talk to you again. Is there anything else you want to add?
And then Toku Spirits, dude.
Yes, dude. Shout outs to Toku Spirits.
As chaotic as some of the lines were, it was still very well organized.
Because Toku Spirits was a partnership to PMC. They had their like own area, but they handled that. It was like PMC had nothing to do with that back. They were just there, and they kind of handled their own selves. So it was just like them on their own, and they still did really well. And Squirrel was lucky. I met Ryota Ozawa, and I forgot his actor's name, but Guy from Jetman in 2022. But Squirrel met Barai, Black RX, Decade, Gokai Red, Gokai Pink, Zeo Red, Turbo Red. He had a list of superheroes that he was lucky enough to meet, get pictures with, get signatures from.
It was definitely a time, dude.
It was absolutely a time.
Especially meeting Captain Marvelous and DK. That was the main people I was like the most excited to see. I was excited to still see everyone else, especially Go On Red and O Red.
Mm-hmm.
But getting to finally meet the goats of Super Sentai, of Tokusatsu, it was so great, and everyone was just so sweet. Everyone was so caring, especially Gokai Pink.
Oh yeah,
she seems like a sweetheart, and everything I've seen her as far as all videos from that, like she seems like a sweetheart.
And this was like her first show, so she was like a little bit nervous, and you can kind of like see it.
Yeah, and so it was also Jason Chen's first ever convention as well. But
and he's already said he wanted to come back. So.
Yeah, the most iconic person out of any guest from PMC,
bro,
Yasuhisa. Go On Red. Yasuhisa was having the time of his life
because he wasn't there just as a guest. He was there as like someone learning Power Rangers for the first time, going booth to booth. Going booth to booth. That man took his time to meet everyone, to get like talk to them, like morph with them. You see him morphing with the in space people, the RPM Red, obviously, Austin St. John, Brennan Mejia, yeah. So he's like having such a good time, just like meeting Power Rangers. He was like us.
Yeah, he was us, but he was so excited. And the panels as well, the event panels, the Forever Red, the Sentai panel, for Reira and Showa.
Yes.
Oh, Heisei and Showa.
Heisei and Showa, yeah. Next year,
getting that iconic Marvelous versus
thank you, yeah. Oh my god, I was so excited. That made me so fucking happy.
Seeing them henshin was so great. And
absolutely.
The other most iconic person at the convention
Masahiro
was the guy with no normal person. Just an attendee was the guy holding the sign.
The sign that says Onore Decado.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always one everywhere he goes.
Probably, but the fact that like, and also it's also like really, I don't think humbling is the word, but I'm gonna go with humbling, just to know that like Decade, Masahiro Inoue, Kamen Rider Decade, is aware of how the fans see him, how the fans how the fan enjoy and experience Kamen Rider Decade, and the fact that they know that the go-to phrase is Onore Decado, Katori Sugari no Kamen Rider da, oboitoke.
I saw a video of him in particular.
Mm.
Not I think it was like a year or two ago. Where like the whole point was it was at some sort of, I can't remember if it was a convention or some sort of like museum or press thing, but they had like pictures of all the different riders, from like Kuga onward.
Right.
And like people were walking up and like doing the henshin poses for their favorite things, and this man just walks up and just does the decade thing over and over and over again to each and every one of them. And I'm like, this man knows what's up.
Absolutely.
he's got his finger on the pulse, and I'm here for it.
And one of the coolest things, honestly, about PMC is just the way the fandom celebrates. The way the fandom celebrates Power Rangers, the way the fandom celebrates tokusatsu. Like, you see like all of these like variation of Power Rangers or Super Sentai or Kamen Riders. You see like OC tokusatsu superheroes. You see like these variations, like our friend Rek Diehard and his group are the Gokaiger people that you see in at the convention. And one day, again, I was asleep, but I saw the videos and then I saw the pictures. They did Mandalorian Gokaigers. It was like rainbow color Gokais, rainbow colored Mandalorians with like but they still had like motifs of pirates, and it was so freaking cool. And you see, leave me alone. Which is one of the things, which is another thing that I've learned, and I am going to press as we go to 2026. There is no sleep. There is no sleep in Pasadena until we are absolutely fucking sure everything is done. From the moment those doors open till the doors close everywhere else, we are staying awake. We are seeing everything. We are meeting everyone. We are not missing a single freaking moment because that's not the only moment we missed. That's not the only moment we missed, because if you're a convention goer, you know that Sunday is like slow. Everything's kind of chill. People are like packing up to leave. It's the last day. So there's no obligation to stay, even for the guests. So the guests are also packing up. But apparently, the Jungle Fury people, led by Jungle Fury Yellow and Hutchison, like gathered like a couple of the Power Rangers, like the Jungle Fury people, a couple of the other Power Rangers from especially the Disney era, and then like a group of fans together, and they started singing na 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 na. Hey,
that's awesome.
Goodbye for the last time. Like, this was like as they were like about to close the convention. This was the last thing, but as you know, like I said, like it's the last day. There's no obligation to stay, even for the guests. So everything's like starting to pack up and everything's starting to die out. So you kind of just leave. So me and Squirrel just went to the hotel room and we chilled. And this is happening in the fucking convention center, and I was highly upset that I missed it.
The videos I saw, like that group looked like 20 to 50 deep, easy, in a circle around these people. It was a straight up mob at that point.
Was like, I didn't know they rolled like this. But it's just like,
well, now you do.
Now I know. I'm not missing a goddamn thing. And the cool and the
bro, if I can manage it, my ass is gonna be glued to your side to keep your ass functioning.
No, I got it. I'll drink my 5 hour.
It's gonna be Jackson and Shindo.
No, I got my 5 hour. I'm rolling.
That's what they all say, and then next thing you know, it crashes in the hotel room.
Oh, if you think I'm not showing up to PMC with my purple shirt, you're out of your mind.
I
love it.
Oh yeah. So I'm also going to be debuting.
Green then, huh?
Time Red, my Time Red cosplay. Really excited for that. But also my Nexo hero, my OC hero. I will be debuting my OC cosplay at PMC. Maybe a little bit before that for like a couple of videos, but in person. That will be the debut, so look forward to that. I'm really excited. But yeah, there's constantly something going on, and the greatest thing about it is you don't have to be a Power Ranger fan to enjoy it. Obviously, if you're a Power Ranger fan, if it means more, But like the events are for everyone. Like the events, like the goings ons, that's for everyone. Anyone can sing. That's karaoke is for everyone. Anyone can sing. You know, and like things are going on in the convention center, things are going on outside in that little pavilion outside, and then there's everything going on like in the other building, like in the hotels and stuff. Everything shit is going on all the time, and you don't want to miss it. And honestly, no matter where you go, even if you leave the convention center, you never know who you're going to see. Because we were doing a henshin video right before the convention started. We were doing a henshin video, me and Squirrel, and Rhett Fisher, the Titanium Ranger, just walks past us.
Yeah.
Just says, "What's up, guys?" And then just walks past us. I was like, this is great. And that's the coolest thing. They do not like, you don't have to be afraid to bother Power Rangers. Because that's what they're there for. They are there for the fans. They are there to meet you guys. They are there to experience this adventure with you. And so, is there anything else you wanted to add, Squirrel, before we close it? Okay. So with that said, I wanted to ask you guys, specifically Ecliptor and Roman, if you wanted to share your experience of either meeting Power Rangers or just meeting guests at conventions.
I've only ever been to one convention. I didn't meet any guests there because the only person I was even remotely interested in meeting at that convention in particular was Robbie Damon. Mm-hmm. Now, this is Anime Impulse 2024 in Seattle, for those of you who are curious. But I have met exactly one Ranger. It was a bullshit happenstance meeting in Oregon. And it was the legend himself, JDF, right? So, I just happened to bump into him in a restaurant that my cousin and I were going to. And I think he was there for Wizard World at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And, I sat down at the thing to him.
Oh, no.
Chill, dude. I just did my best to... Oh.
There we go. We're good.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Much.
Oh shit, he froze.
Oh, please don't do this to me right now. No. Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was able to stand and talk to him for a minute. He was a super chill guy, one of the chillest people I've ever met. And I haven't met many as far as celebrities go. I've met 2. Right? It was him and Mark Hamill. Both of them happenstance meetings. You know, just I walked into Mark Hamill in the back of it, in back while we were in line at Target.
Oh, interesting.
I was down in California, and I just happened to walk into the back of him. Sat there talking to him for a little bit about his role as the Joker and things like that. And then, as we were leaving, my mom, hysterically, who was behind me, she was like, "Who was that guy you were talking to? He was a voice actor or something?" I'm like, "Mom, that was Luke Skywalker." And that's when she started freaking out. But yeah, it's always a fun story to tell. But,
nice.
The one where Anime Impulse was my only convention.
No.
I hate it. No, Anime Impulse was my only convention.
Okay.
Move on to Roman.
All right, go ahead, Roman.
Okay. I've only met two Rangers, two celebrity Rangers ever, and one is Power Rangers Mercury, Ty, and Johnny Young Bosch. Ty was a really down to earth guy, and he was a really down to earth guy. Even when I wasn't supposed to meet him, he was really inviting, and just wanting to talk about just Power Rangers Overdrive with everyone around us. Mm-hmm. As for Johnny, I legitimately froze. that was like the first celebrity that I ever met that I genuinely wanted to go and see, and I just froze and messed up the moment entirely. And I was cosplaying as Nero from DMC, and he saw me holding my sword, and he just says, "Oh, that looks cool. Hey, can I see it?" And he just signs the freaking thing. It was so amazing.
That's cool.
I was just so dumbfounded. I couldn't even speak out the words. Nice. As for tokusatsu, I've been to at least 3 photo shoots with them. Photo shoots with the tokusatsu fans. One was a small event near Dallas that had the English dub. Actually, I wouldn't count that as my third encounter, because it was just like I just had like a quick glance at him. It was the English dub voice actor for Ultraman, and it was the series.
Go on.
Yeah, I don't remember. And even then, he was just talking around, getting to know everybody, including the visitors, which was like a very small amount of us. And I saw tons of Cross Z, Futo PI, Philip Double, Geets cosplayers that were just happy to be at a place that, you know, they can all just like be with. And I am not I'm not a very sociable person when it comes to in public, but the cosplayers themselves, they were like so inviting to just like get to know about Kamen Rider in general. Mm-hmm. And the second time was at AX, and we went to go see the art director for Futo PI. And I have his post. I got it signed by the art director, as well as to see like countless Kamen Rider cosplays, and we all got into a photo shoot. I was cosplaying Skull, and we just all henshined together. It was such an amazing experience that I was generally just like, I didn't know how to feel that time. I don't know whether it was bliss, anxiety, or just pure excitement. Just seeing this. I don't want to say niche because it's a bit bigger, because it's a very big fandom that I've yet to discover. I mean, shit. Like, the moment I got into TokuNexo was the first time I actually started to look up on Kamen Rider itself, as well as Super Sentai. Mm-hmm. So just seeing this fandom apart from the anime community, it's like a breath of fresh air, honestly.
Nice.
It is truly amazing.
Cool. Nice. and so, for those of you that don't know, TokuNexo is actually planning to meet up at PMC 2026. This group, and probably, I think, like 3 or 4 other people off the top of my head, we are all planning to gather at PMC in 2026. We will be there all 3 days, and we will be there until closing, experiencing the whole thing. Obviously, we can't all be like, you know, everywhere at once, you know, but we are going to experience as much as we can, you know.
No plan.
We are going to we got this. And the good thing
I was gonna say we're gonna make this like huge like football plan and be like, okay, you go there, other person goes there. Dev, you're gonna be staying right here in the main lobby and just be talking to people and just be opening around to everybody.
Oh no, no, I am sticking to all of you like glue. Like we're
going to be moving around as a pack.
Yes. Until I am absolutely sure you guys are okay, because at least for like that first few minutes of like just going in, me and Squirrel did the same thing. We just went around together the whole time, but like we separated a couple of times. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for at least the first round. We're gonna go through all of the booths at the same time. And we're going to go through all of the vendors. We're going to meet some of the people. I'm going to introduce you guys to like the people that I know so they know that you guys are TokuNexo. And these guys are cool as shit. These guys, I've known these guys for since 2019. So you guys have met CV a couple of you guys have experienced CV. Hi CV. I have my friend K20 Customs. We have our friend, me and Squirrel have our friend Maui. We have Ale, and now we get to meet Rec Diehard and their group. So there's just gonna be a bunch of Viet Avenger and what does he go by? Armin. I know him as Armin. I forgot his I think it's Phil Am Ranger. But yeah,
we also have Jezer.
Huh?
We also have Jezer.
Oh yeah, we also have Jezer. Hopefully, yeah, he'll be there.
The amazing Jezer.
Yeah, absolutely amazing Jezer. But yeah, these are cosplayers. These are people that have been in the community for a while. Like I said, Phil Am Ranger is Quantum Green from the Quantum Force, if you've seen the series. Yeah, I've seen there are like some people that are like staples for my convention going, especially when it comes to Power Rangers, and I can't wait to meet you guys. And then we're gonna go down the rows and we're going to see where all of the Power Rangers are stationed. That way we get a like feel and kind of like a mind image of the map. And then we'll split up. So everyone can start going to meet like all the Power Rangers you guys want to meet, and then we'll like set up a time for us to like gather up again. And we'll just go from there, and then we'll figure out like all the events, all the panels that we want to go to, and then we'll create our itineraries from there. So yeah, we are all planning to meet up at PMC, Pasadena Convention Center in 2026, August 28th through the 30th, I believe. We are rolling. I'm going to be rolling there Thursday afternoon. We're going to have like a little bit of dinner if we can all meet up at the same time. And then we will be there when the door opens. I think our best shot is to just wait a little bit after the doors open. That way we don't have to wait in line. Because I think Squirrel and I waited like 30 minutes, and then when we went out there, the line was gone. Or at least the line was like small. Or did we sneak in?
You just paid a security guard off to sneak through the back door.
No, because there was also a point where like the security guard was like, so the doors were like here, and then the security guard was right here, and the line was going there, but we were coming this way, so we went behind the security. We might have gone behind the security guard. Oh, also bonus if we go on Thursday. Day 0, we can pick up our badges early, so we don't have to line up and then line up again. So that will be a good thing.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I wanted to go to get there on Thursday, so that we can go and get our passes day 0.
Yeah,
and be ready to go by day 1.
Yeah, and if we if Squirrel and I have our gold passes by then, we might go on the field trip. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going on the field trip that takes us to the command center and Angel Grove High.
That's if we get the
gold pass.
Gold pass. I would love to get the gold pass. That's just way too much.
No, we can always
I'd have to pay like I'd have to.
You might be able to buy the ticket. You might also be able to buy the ticket, but
and then also we can also just always go ourselves.
We could.
That's all true. We could just go by ourselves.
We absolutely can. Now, we've broken down pretty much the whole experience. Obviously, there's more to it than what we're saying, and I can show you guys pictures if you want. But it is 3 days of havens. It's a 3-day heaven for Power Ranger fans. Truly, just a home away from home. Honestly, like I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The people there are so fucking cool. Like, they are so welcoming. You don't have to talk to them. They'll talk to you. Like, if you're wearing a really cool cosplay, which a lot of people are wearing really good cosplays. Golden Toku cosplays, bro. Let me tell you.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you. Bro, my 2022, literally one of the first cosplays that I saw was Zen Kaiser and Don Momotaro's together. And they're impeccable. They were like spot fucking on, and it was so cool. And you also get like civilian cosplayers too. You get like I met Aruto. You get a lot of double. Double is big. You get a lot of Philip. You get a lot of Shotaro. You get a lot of Philip. You get a lot of Shotaro. What are some cosplays you saw, Squirrel?
Saw Shinkenger, Shigen Red. We saw, even though we didn't see it in person, we saw the Mandalorian Gokaigers. We saw the basic Gokaigers that were at Rita's little trash dumpster thing.
There was a little booth. Ran by the Gokaiger people, and one of the things was like a little prop space dumpster where you could take pictures coming out like Rita Repulsa.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes.
No, that's what that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Kamen Riders, a lot of Kamen Rider decades to be exact.
Of course. You gotta show out for the legend.
Then the custom Rangers, there was like a custom for Wild Force. I forgot what her name was. I think it was like something of a swan. Ultimate Mesagog with all the Dino gems on him.
That shit was so cool as fuck. That shit was great.
There was the cutest one was the In Space Red with his daughter.
Like they had the it wasn't like it was in space.
No, he was in suit,
and
but
then it was
the daughter
Cassie.
was in uniform.
Like Cassie.
And they literally did Let's Rock It.
And they were in the costume contest, and I wanted them to win.
Yeah, it was adorable. There were some villains there, mainly from Dino Fury.
Baba Yaga was the little...
Shout out to you.
Yeah,
shout out to you.
Was the green mushroom looking one.
Yeah.
From Dino Fury.
Yeah.
We don't know Dino Fury here because
Mucus.
Anyway. Yeah. Not the cosplay. The Dino Fury. The show. Booty.
Personal opinion.
Personal opinion. A popular opinion as well, but woo. What else was there?
Oh, Megazords. We saw Megazords.
Oh yeah, there was Megazords.
We had the Drago Megazord, and then
the Gokai Galleon.
And the Gokai Galleon, yeah, the Gokaiger Megazord.
I think the Mighty Morphin Megazord was there too.
Yeah, the Drago Megazord.
Oh yeah, the Drago. Yeah, okay. A lot of Mighty Morphin cosplays as well. Die Rangers,
my friends. Phil Am Ranger and Viet Ranger Avenger were part of that.
Yep. And of course we can't forget
Bunny Woes.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one.
Who also did Bunny Decade.
I did take the picture though.
I did.
Of course you did.
All right, I took the picture for you. That's right. I think. Anyway, but yeah, we also get like Bulk and Skull, like the people from Power Ranger, like the well-known characters. So it's just like a fun experience. Like I saw, and you also get like a lot of Toku representation. I saw, what's the purple dude from Saber? Caliber, I think. The purple guy from Saber.
Caliber, yeah, I believe.
Yeah, Caliber. I saw Ichigo and Go Ranger. You get a lot of those. I saw these like slight variations of like the White Ranger. It's just a little more like detailed. There's like a little bit extra stuff and whatnot. I also saw what's his name from Forze?
Oh yeah, he was there. We saw him a couple times.
And then Aruto and Izu, Tsukuyomi, Dien, Decade,
the Honore Decado
guy. Yeah, everyone's there, man. Oh, Gita from King Oger. He was there too.
Oh, yeah. And how can we forget about our other good friend Maui doing Kira from Dino Thunder.
And Jen.
And Jen. And technically Kimberly.
Kimberly too, yeah. Shout out to our friend Maui. Can't wait to see you at PMC.
Yeah, definitely a better Kimberly than a specific one that we don't like right now.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
So with that said, we have spoken about the experience. Are there any questions about PMC that you would like us to answer?
Not that you have not been talking about since August.
Happy to brag about PMC because it's I genuinely
I'm just looking forward to it. As I said, I consider Power Morphicon to be the like mecca of like Power Rangers fandom. Like if mountain biking gets Whistler and like gaming has like had E3, right? Like Power Rangers fans and like Toku fans, at least here in America, like we've got PMC.
Absolutely.
Right. Anime fans have AX. And comic book fans and like pop culture fans have San Diego Comic-Con.
As well as
well as New York, right? Like we get
PMC.
Power Morphicon.
And honestly, I'm okay. I'm down. I'm so high.
I'm just so happy to be able to actually get to experience it because I've wanted to experience it since I first saw it on like a Facebook post.
Me too, actually. And I just took it on a whim, and I was
Power Rangers convention. What? Yeah,
I'm actually curious. Dev, what is the floor plan of the whole thing? Is it like a building with a separate building, or is it like a
no? It's a convention center. So there's like a giant ass like. It's not a ballroom, but it's just like a floor, like an event floor. And so what happens is you go in like midway into like a lobby area, and that's where the tables are lined up for your badges, your like PMC merchandise if you want to buy extra stuff, tickets to events if they're extra, t-shirts, whatnot. Like that's where you get it. And then you line up, and then you go into this side of the convention until later on when they open the middle doors, and then you can just go through the front door and then through that door, and you'll be on the floor.
Okay.
And then as you enter, there'll be like 3 rows of vendors going that way, and then 2 rows of vendors going that way, and then like a wall of other booths going on. That like that little corner was where we had the space dumpster where me and Squirrel took pictures from. And then through the back, like the other half, the other 3/4 of the convention is just line after line after line after line of Power Rangers. And then in the little corner over there is where Toku Spirits like sets up. And the good thing about it is, as I've said before, it's all organized. You just need to find out where your era is, the era of the person you're looking for is. And it's usually from the back front. So Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, all of them are in the back and then in space, and then they start like rolling up Disney era, Neo Saban era, Hasbro era, and then like the newer people obviously are like right in the middle, so everyone has more access to them. So yeah, and you just gotta be like, again, you gotta, depending on who you're looking for, you gotta be aware of how popular they are, because those lines are crazy. Those Ziggy showed up. Ziggy showed up late for from RPM. Ziggy showed up late, I think, last PMC, and his line went in front of, who was that? There was somebody else like in the booth next to him, and his line went around that table.
So I just want to make sure everyone's aware. So like those of you who are even considering going to PMC, like it's like $80 for a ticket, $85 for a ticket. They're on early bird right now. And for the early bird stuff, there's like the things that you're going to get, right? Just stuff that you will be able to get in your hands when you get your pass, right? You get your badge and lanyard, you get your all your stuff. Apparently early registration pickup is as early as August 23rd. Which is hysterical. Maybe that's weird. That's a weird dating thing.
That might be last year.
I clicked on the 2026 one, so it might just be a thing they haven't changed or is an ending mistake. Who knows? But yeah, they've got listed as 3 mystery pins, convention coin, the full weekend convention print, a PMC gift bag, and then the ability to buy the exclusives and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's just on the that's just the Red Ranger pass. You know, obviously,
you get a lot
for legal things. That's all subject to change. Things change. Like things happen.
That's actually what I got. That's what I get on the time.
I'm just pointing out that it is all subject to change based on what the people who run it
and it's usually like some of them are like anniversary pins. Like I got the Time Force anniversary pin and the Wild Force anniversary pin my first year. And then I got like Ninja Storm pins this year.
Yeah, Ninja Storm and the Mighty Morphin Dino Buckley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like what's funny is like when I went to
and they're like collectibles too. I'm sorry. They're collectibles because the Mighty Morphin buckler is like different. There's like a pink one with like the pterodactyl, and you can like trade it with people. And that's what people were doing, literally, like the first 5 minutes, looking for people. They're like, "Hey, what pins do you have?" And like trading it out. Go ahead.
Yeah. When I went to Anime Impulse, we got like the badge and lanyard, and that was it. Like we didn't get anything cool like this. So like, I'm excited to be able to have that because at the very least, there's guaranteed souvenirs just for buying the ticket, right? Not to mention you get all the memories and stuff like that. So merchandise stuff is extra.
Anyway. All right, so
I'm happy to hopefully be able to share this with my son. That's what
absolutely.
I'm looking for.
I'm really excited to have you guys, and I'm going to apologize in advance for my enthusiasm as I show you around.
I will be your tour guide.
I'm going to like break it down. I'm going to be and I will be streaming it. I will be streaming it to TikTok. But yeah, so with that being said, I have spoken as Ecliptor has said, I've talked about this since I left. Since I left 2024, PMC 2024, I have talked about this, and I get more and more excited every day as this
man was jet lagged out of his mind in this voice chat, just yapping in full force about his experience, and I'm here for it. I'd love to hear about it.
So with that said, now Artemis, it's more important for you specifically because you are the one that's not part of the fandom. You're learning, and eventually, by the time PMC comes, you should be learned enough that you should that you will, you'll be ingratiated enough.
I prefer the term educated for Artemis.
It's fine.
Indoctrinated.
I hate that word. I hate that word. Stop
You'll be indoctrinated. It's fine. You'll have been forced to watch a Power Ranger season and willingly watch the Kamen Rider season all on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You're
already there.
We gotta get you with a Sentai season or like some other Toku season or maybe some Godzilla movies.
We need to get you on Sentai because of Toku Spirits. Because you are going to see another side of us fanboying. You think this is cute? Wait till you see it in person, in front of them.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Squirrel's gonna be adorable.
Just be like randomly just morphing and just all the fun stuff all weekend long. It's gonna be fun.
So with
I'm probably
that
gonna spend the next year teaching my son how to do them all.
Now remember what I said about your answer. What are you expecting, or what do you see from your experience in 2026 at PMC?
There's gonna be lots of people. Lots of things happening.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that this is your first ever con, actually.
Oh yeah, this is like your. Oh yeah, that's true. This is your like first convention period. That's even worse.
That's even better because you're gonna experience.
The only reason why I say it's worse is because as someone who has been in the con circuit for a good bit. Big conventions are like not. I refuse to suggest big conventions as your first because it can be a little bit overwhelming.
Yes.
But luckily, you're going to be doing it with us. We can hold your hand. Ecliptor will have mints for you. You'll be fine.
I won't.
Ecliptor will have nicotine for me.
That too.
Yeah.
Nicotine, caffeine. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be good.
We found out there's a liquor store like 2 minutes away from the
we
the
did.
hotel.
That's right. I forgot we had that conversation.
And also they deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Golden.
It's gonna be a party.
Golden.
Yeah, party in Desert.
I'll be the designated driver. I'll be the designated driver. I say in quotes.
No, we're partying on. We're partying on, Wayne. Anyway.
You can rally, babe. Let's go.
Yeah, so what you got? So what else are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to meeting all of you guys for one. That's like one of my
I don't know why.
I'm excited for that. You don't know why.
Whatever standard you have of us, just drop it.
Yeah. Just drop it like 2 notches below. Because again, like 3. I said, I am curious though. I am curious to see you guys in person. Because like I said, you see Squirrel here. It is a completely different person in person. Like
I'm a different person in person too.
At a convention, it is.
I am shy and quiet.
That's the same thing with him. He's so chill. Like we were so relaxed the whole time.
No wonder Squirrel and I are apparently very much the same person.
We
Holy
were
shit.
so relaxed. He was Jeff.
It's almost
Perazzo.
like we've been telling you that.
He was Jeff Perazzo, the attendee. All right, Roman, what do you expect? Biggest Power Ranger convention. You are an actual fan. You are a Power Ranger fan, yes?
Tokusatsu fan, yes. And Power Rangers, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Okay.
But yes, you are an actual fan. You know this fandom. You know this franchise. And this is the biggest Power Ranger convention in the world. Happens only every other year. What are you expecting? Honestly,
I'm expecting I'm just in it. I'm honestly innocent.
In this?
I'm honestly in it for the cosplays as well as meeting the actors there, because you said it yourself, they are there for the fans, and so are the fans. Like from the custom built armors,
dude, it's
of Power Rangers.
Impressive.
And I know, I see it on Instagram, I see it on Facebook. I want to see them. I want to see them in person. I want to take a picture with them. I want to freaking do TikToks with them for all I know. You know, it's
Woman's gonna stop every 2 minutes, if that.
Most likely. I'm gonna freeze, and you guys are probably gonna have to put a
walk is gonna take like 2 hours.
And
I'm gonna leash on you, Roman.
And then I'm gonna let you know right now, though. I'm also gonna let you know right now. Friday, party on, Wayne. Right? Good times left and right. I think it starts around 3:00, ends about 8:00 that night, and then there's stuff going on at like outside, right? Saturday, whole new experience, whole different vibe. Everyone's hyped, everyone's energetic, everyone's comfortable. You see like the best. You see these like cosplays you thought not possible anywhere. This is where people show out. This is where the guests show out. That was the day Trakina came in as Trakina.
Yeah.
In the like latex suit and everything. Makeup, everything. Rita Repulsa too.
Oh, man.
Ball out, bro. So that's honestly the biggest thing. That's honestly what knocked us out Saturday. The energy is crazy. And it knocked us out. Me and Squirrel had to sleep for 2 hours.
I'm generally feeling like I would still wake up earlier than both y'all.
Oh no. I wake up early just fine.
How early?
Huh?
How early?
If the convention starts at like on Saturday, if the convention starts at 9:00, I'm waking up at like 5:00 so I can take a shower, get ready, and then get breakfast, and then come back and then put my cosplay on.
Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. If it's 5, okay, then I might actually beat you by like an hour.
I mean, that's fine. I just because
like,
also the fact
we'll
that
we'll both be the alarm clock for everybody else.
Because also the fact that like the first day,
12-year-old.
Because also the first day, I couldn't sleep. I genuinely couldn't sleep. I slept for like 3 hours. I stayed up and I explored the hotel. I've shown you the pictures. I literally just walked around the hotel at night.
Didn't you do like little video things on like your Instagram of you doing that?
Yeah. Huh? Did I?
I thought you like had it like on your yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did. But yeah, I did like stories walking around the hotel from the front to the back, and then the back doors was locked, so I had to go to the front. So
I just know that everyone who gets there Thursday, right? Because a lot of us are planning on getting there Thursday.
Yes.
Like I feel like that would be the day where, like, if we were gonna go and say screw it and go visit Angel Grove High or go visit the command center, that would be the day to do it.
Oh yeah,
right? Because like, we're there, we're hanging out already beforehand, like we're pre-gaming, so to speak. Like that would also be a really good day for us to get together and do like, here's a bunch of videos and here's a bunch of other nonsense.
Oh yeah, we're gonna Oh dude, I need y'all to be prepared. We're making videos, especially you, young lady.
Oh, you're henching on camera.
Oh yeah,
it's happening.
Oh yeah. It may not be Kamen Rider, but it's going to be a henshin.
Girl, I will teach you the Geets henshin and loan you my Desire Driver. Don't test me.
Okay.
Dude, literally last year they had this one. I don't remember when it was, but I do remember seeing it. It was this straight up line from the door you enter to all the way to the other side of the wall. Just shit ton of people. Not even
that henshin video.
Yeah, that line of henshin. just like transforming, morphing time. And I was like, dude, this is sick. And they're doing it all weekend. And they're doing
you're gonna get it.
Yeah, so you're transforming with us.
That'll be the culmination.
Oh, do you want to know a fun little thing I've picked up?
A driver?
Rider kick.
Huh?
I have a new
stim. How brave are you?
What do you mean?
There's it's not high. It's not high at all, but there is like a jump off point outside of the hotel where if you can get the angle right, it could like you can take a video of you doing a rider kick.
Oh, that'd be badass. Bet.
It's like right outside the hotel, and if we can, so
I'll do it.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun.
Oh yeah,
have so much. I'm so excited.
And now Ecliptor, big fan of Power Rangers, big fan of tokusatsu, big fan of all of this, and you are bringing your son, which is going to be a different experience for you, possibly, but
more than likely,
in the mindset that you are bringing your son. What are you expecting from this experience?
So I mean, I've been to a con. I'm expecting him to be him. But I think more than anything, I'm wanting for it to be just another fun memory I have when it comes to me and my son. Because like I've been showing him Power Rangers since before this kid could walk. Like he got indoctrinated early.
I hate that word.
And
we will change the word.
Indoctrinated.
But he took to it very, very easily, and he has his favorites. He has the people that he's really excited about. And like depending on the people who are there, I'm excited to see who he gets to meet. Like watching him meet some of these people is gonna be awesome. I know I'm gonna have to take him to go meet some of the MPR people. I'm gonna want to go meet him.
Well,
but I think
go ahead.
I think most of my time is gonna be spent trying to make sure that he's having a good time and letting me have a good time as like a secondary part of it. Just because of that.
Yeah.
So,
and now Squirrel, a big fan of Power Rangers, big fan of the tokusatsu, big fan of the franchise, and someone who has been there. And this time we are prepared. No more financial problems. We will actually have money.
I just want to point out, no plan survives first contact with the enemy.
We will have money. So, long story short, this PMC, I had some financial issues, and Squirrel was counting on me to give him money that I owed him so he could use it for PMC, and I could not deliver. And we still had a great time, in my opinion. I don't know about how he feels, but I still had a great time. So
I had a great time.
Okay. So with that said, someone who has been there and someone who is now prepared and someone who knows the experience, what do you expect?
Honestly, because it was talked about last year, I have a good feeling that one of the events after one of the days of the con is going to be a karaoke night.
Yeah! Come on, Jazz. Come on, Jazzer.
Jazz, you know. Now you too.
Yeah.
Hopefully another trivia night, and we're there early so we can actually
Ecliptor, this is where you pop off.
Yes.
Trivia night.
I'm expecting us not to just henshin, to just henshin together,
right?
But for us to do our Nexo hero change.
Oh, of course!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
You say that like there was even a remote question.
That also includes you, Artemis, since you're doing campaign 3 with us.
which means you need to make a Nexo hero.
Yeah, baby. Welcome.
I will work with you. We will work with you all year long if we have to. You're in this now, girl. Congratulations, you're in the fold.
You're in the fold, brother.
Oh no. What have I done?
Go ahead, Squirrel.
Something I hope to expect more of. Something I hope to expect more of is more Sentai Tokusatsu representation.
Counting on you, community. It is on you guys. We are doing our part. You must do yours. We will be there as Time Red. I will be there as Time Red. Go ahead.
I desperately want to. I'm hoping that Geets' actor is there. That'd be the best thing in the world for me.
Speaking of, well, that's the next roundabout. I don't even know if you would have one, Artemis. Is there someone you were looking forward to meeting other than us?
Toku-wise. I guess it's just in general for her.
Johnny Young Bosch.
Do we need to indoctrinate you into
doesn't he voice Gyu?
He does.
Yeah, he does.
He does. My boy. Yeah. So yeah. Demon Slayer.
A million other characters.
There are also going to be some anime voice actors, some Ultraman people. Most of them have worked with Power Rangers like behind the scenes at some point, but you will have some. Because last year, Ultraman Prime, I think is the movie, his voice actor was there. So, all right. Roman, name one Power Ranger that you are looking forward to meeting, and a tokusatsu person that you want to be there. Shout outs to Toku Spirits, man. You guys are doing an amazing job, and I appreciate you guys bringing tokusatsu to America.
Obviously, it's going to be my boy Jack from SPD.
Good luck with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here's the thing: he might be there, but the moment he shows up, you gotta be there.
It's gonna be swarming.
You gotta be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll stay until his line breaks out, but you have to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
As well, one tokusatsu actor would probably have to be. Man, really.
You can say it.
It would have to be
Philip Shotaro.
Either Ace or I would say either Ace or this is going to be a bit of a stretch. Build Sento.
If they know their market, they could.
Exactly.
If they know their market, they could.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ecliptor, same question.
For Rangers, there's one in particular. And that would be Sean Johnson or Carter Grayson.
Of course.
I gotta.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I already said Ace, right? I would love for him to be there. Other than him, though, I think the biggest one for me in particular. Oh, it's a toss up between either our boy Dev in Mr. Haruto Soma from Wizard.
Yes, let's
I would
go.
love to meet
I would
him.
love to meet him. He'd be cool. Yeah.
I would also love to meet Rearranger from
Die Ranger.
Oh man!
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! All right, Squirrel. Same question.
Ranger, I really want to see.
We all know
that
the answer.
Typically isn't there.
Right.
Oh, that's better.
I want to meet. That's a good question.
I mean, I can go first while you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brave.
Honestly, I would agree with Jack. Jack is one of the few people that I have from SPD that I haven't met. I have everyone else except him and Sky. I have everyone else.
Sky would have been a good answer too for me too.
Everyone except him and Sky, and I didn't get my autograph from Kat. The other person that I would honestly love to meet, I would love to officially meet Jason. I kind of Jason Chen. I kind of let Squirrel like lead that one because it was his first time. I wanted him to enjoy it, and also I felt bad because he didn't have money because of me. So I kind of just let him like meet him. This would be my first like official meeting of him, like talking to him, getting an autograph, getting a picture. So like that would be one of the people. And then tokusatsu wise, one that I'm gonna do two, just because there's one like more likely than the other. Time Fire. Time Fire has been in America. Time Fire went to Orlando last year, and I think Time Fire is doing.
Geek, by the way,
yes, he was Kanon's father.
Yeah, Nago's dad.
Nago's dad. Yeah. He was in Orlando, so, and I think he's already planning to come to America again. So possibility, right?
I would like to add one more Power Ranger to my list.
Sure.
Ninja Storm, the red Thunder.
Oh, Navy Thunder, Crimson Thunder. Yeah.
Crimson Thunder. Yeah.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. It was a honor to meet you twice.
Yeah,
and
bro.
You're like cool as shit. Yeah, absolutely. But the second one,
Yeah, we know.
You know, or anybody from X8. Honestly, I'd cry if it was anybody from X8. I'd fucking cry if it was him. I'd die. So, all right, Squirrel, go ahead.
Okay. For Ranger, that typically doesn't go to conventions because, you know, he has his own little company that he's doing. Dustin from the Ninja Storm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
he was at 22, so he might be there.
Yeah. So in my tokusatsu, should be no fucking surprise.
Grease.
Oh, hey, Takada!
Yeah.
Kamen Rider Grease.
See, as much as I loved him, yeah, as much as I loved him as Grease, he's always going to be Otoya Kurenai to me.
Yeah. All right. So we still have few more minutes, just a few more minutes, and then we're gonna take a break before we do the last thing on the agenda, which is your battle. We have a few more minutes, so let's talk about PMC. Away from PMC, what we doing? What we doing in Pasadena?
Getting in and out.
I'm down for in and out.
Getting in and out.
I'm down for in and out.
I'm down for in and out.
Considering that I work for the company, I have no reaction.
You work for In and Out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
So just to give you guys
Get
an
in
idea.
and out. Oh, dude, do we get a family and friends discount?
I get free food. I don't know about y'all.
You can try.
You can try.
You can try.
But just to remind,
you can certainly try.
Just to remind everyone. So we are in like a bit like a shopping district. Hotel. It's a shopping / tourist district. It's shopping. It's restaurants. It's dives. It's bars. It's hotels up the wazoo.
Tell you what I'm doing.
What's up?
I'm dragging Squirrel's ratty ass into a goddamn game store and buying him a new set of dice.
I'll tag along.
You're giving me your dice, Squirrel.
I'm getting a. Oh, Squirrel, you and me.
That's
steak,
I didn't
right?
make him by them.
We're getting that steak, right?
Oh, of course.
We're getting
every night. Every night we are all going to that motherfucking bar.
You don't have to get the
Bro,
steak.
are you gonna pay for me and my son to get me a steak every night?
I will pay. I pay for him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely down.
We're going to the bar. We're gonna have a drink. We're gonna eat some food, some good ass food.
I'll be honest. Like my girlfriend and I, we were planning on like, here's some money for the weekend to like go run to a gas station, or like go run to a store, like a Safeway or something, and like buy something real quick. Maybe order a pizza, like some super simple, like just get us through the weekend kind of things. Except like at least one night we were gonna go down and have steaks. That was one thing I knew for sure. But other
we're
than that,
probably not
going
to have steak on
slumming it.
Not every night.
We're probably not gonna have steak every night.
At least one night we're gonna go down. We're all gonna have some drinks together.
We're gonna have a steak together.
Eat some food.
Yeah.
And obviously we're gonna get absolutely fucking crunked.
Just to remind you guys, there is a bar downstairs. That opens up in the afternoon, and then there's like another restaurant that serves breakfast all day.
Ooh.
It's just breakfast.
Yeah.
I thought it was dinner as well, but no, it's straight up breakfast.
Yeah,
lunch and dinner is the bar.
Pretty okay. The breakfast is alright.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? And then, like I said, it's a shopping district, so I'm pretty sure we can find restaurants. I ordered in is it Whataburger? Yeah, I ordered in Whataburger in 2022. I ordered in Pizza Hut in 2024. So there's
Whataburger?
Yeah. I think it was Whataburger.
I don't think we have Whataburger.
I don't think there's a Whataburger in California.
You might have done Smashburger.
No. It was either Whataburger or In-N-Out.
It was probably In-N-Out.
In-N-Out doesn't deliver.
I'll look into it.
He's gonna look it up.
I have a picture. I have a picture of my time at PMC. But yeah, and then like I said, there's a liquor store. We're ordering in tequila margarita mix.
Better be getting me some whiskey to go with that.
I got you. So we'll get some whiskey.
Coolers
is cool as shit. You want Jameson? You want Jameson?
Surprised?
I'll bring it.
Oh, bring your own.
I was gonna say. Roman, do you drink?
You're asking me that now?
You're not saying anything.
He's a lightweight.
You're not saying anything. We're naming alcohol after alcohol, and you're not saying anything.
Actually,
you did say something about tequila.
Just tequila.
He did earlier.
You want
Jose? I'm not that much of a drinker, but I'll drink occasionally.
You want Jose?
So you're more of
Mike's
a social drinker.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. Angry Orchard.
Lemonade, hell yeah.
The Beast.
Angry Orchard.
Drink the Beast.
Mike's Hard Lemonade and Angry Orchard is really good. Dude.
Yeah.
Truly.
Angry Orchard is really good if you like pour it in a glass and then like drop a shot of Fireball in it like it's a bomb.
Oh, cinnamon apple.
It straight tastes like apple pie.
Cinnamon apple. Fuck yeah, dude. All right, what else are we doing? Because we can't just be drinking. We can't just be drinking for 3 days.
Ramen?
Ooh.
Ramen?
Yes.
Ramen.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I'm so, yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We can go to this really good place that I know, dude. It's so good.
Absolutely, we're doing ramen.
Like, they have like
See, it pays off to have a local.
Yeah, I think they have like 4 or 5 different types. It's like, there's red. Oh, go ahead. There's like red ramen, which is like the spicy, classic. Hold on, let me...
He's like, I'm a ghoul. But while he's on that, so
this is making me hungry.
I have wanted to get some friends to like come up and visit here in Washington because, like, yeah, it's raining a lot, but most of the time there's always something you can go do or something you can go see. You know, it's like we can go see Mount St. Helens. We can go to like the Fremont Troll.
Ooh, I've heard
Seattle.
of Mount St. Helens.
Mm-hmm. It's further down south for me. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive from where I'm at.
Okay.
St. Helens.
Where is?
Oh, he's got the thing.
I got the menu right here. So, ramen nagi, super good ramen. You got the original king, which is just, basic broth.
Oh,
basic ramen
yeah,
broth.
I know how to order like this.
Yeah, and then we got red king, which is the spicy, black ink, which is squid ink for like the broth, green, which is just vegan, like it's semi-vegan, and then we got the veggie king, which is like fully vegan. The strength of the salt, you can go light, normal, and then everything that's a dot right here is chef recommendation. How rich you want the oil, how much garlic you want, your choice of pork meat, your choice of veggies,
green onions,
spice level, how you want your noodle. So you can go extra firm, normal, soft, extra soft. You can say if you want thin usually contains egg in it.
That is bougie.
How are you not going to have? How are you going to have ramen but not Naruto?
Like, what, you want fish egg?
No, you should. You should at least offer it. But yeah, that looks cool. I'm down. I'm hella fucking down.
This is how it looks usually inside.
Yes, please.
All this is at the table as well. They also bring you like a vase of water, like alongside with what you want to drink. Mm-hmm. This is what the regular king looks like. With the essentials and whatnot.
Ooh, super good. Yeah, that's what I would get.
Yeah, ramen nagi is super good, super authentic, and everything. And they give you a bib.
Oh, it was Jack in a Box
as well. Yeah, I was about to say we don't have Whataburger out here.
It's gotta be Whataburger. It's gotta be In-N-Out. It's gotta be one of those two. Like Jack in the Box.
But yeah, they give you a bib because
clown.
How dare you compare Jack in the Box to Whataburger?
I actually had Whataburger before, so still. Anyway, yeah, I genuinely thought that was Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, they gave you a bib because it can get so then in case you're wearing like a whole white shirt or something,
or a cosplay.
They will give you a bib, or a cosplay. They will give you a bib.
You know what I want to do? I know it's probably going to end up being like.
Children will be children.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I
know it would probably be like a Dev and I thing for the most part. I don't know if anyone else would be interested in doing it. I would love to just take a night and sit down with a bunch of high grade Gundam model kits and just build.
Yes,
just sit and bullshit for a night.
Yes.
I'm old. I'm gonna want to sleep.
I'll bring my own pincers.
Yeah,
I will too.
There you go.
I mean, hold on. I don't know if I can get them on the plane. That's the problem. I don't know if we'd be able to get them on the plane.
I think.
Guess you're driving.
I think as long as it's closed out, you should be okay. Oh no! Put it in your check. In your check
luggage.
Yeah.
If I have one,
I'm gonna have two.
I would also just love good.
I'm so excited to use that luggage set my mom got me.
I would also like to go out for a nightlife and just see what are the perfect places just to take pictures at.
I didn't know you liked photography, Roman.
I mean, we would just have to catch it at the right time, but yeah.
Exactly.
It's a shopping district. The shopping district is really nice. Very bright, lots of lights, colors, and what have you.
Mm-hmm. I like the night city life.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Fuck.
Break.
No, I was gonna say one more thing, but okay.
It'll come to you later.
Yeah, probably. All right, so yeah, we are going to take our final break. This is going to be our longer break, and we are after which we are going to do the last thing on our schedule, which is the Pokemon Nexo League Championship Match 1, between Clipters, Seattle Staraptors, and Squirrels Sparking Thunders. We will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for the last event of the evening, and this will close up Toku Talk for tonight. It is time for the Pokemon Nexo League Championship Game 1. We are this is a Pokemon TokuNexo League. We are starting, and it's going to run a little bit differently than like the regular Pokemon leagues. We don't have like gyms. We are actually going to run it like an actual team sport. There's going to be schedules where everyone faces everyone at least once throughout the year, throughout every week. Excuse me. All right, so now let me watch battle, and then it's on Deku. Are you on right now? Are you starting?
I've got the challenge waiting.
You have to send it to me.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Obviously, we're gonna have the timer on.
Obviously.
And so it begins, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting off with Glamora and Clodsire. Remember, this is This is the first game of 7, best of 7. Whoever wins the best of 7 will be our first Pokemon Nexo League champion, and will be the defender of the next season Pokemon of our Nexo League. Excuse me. So we start off the game with both players using Stealth Rock. Oh, and a mud shot from Glamora. Clodsire returns it with Toxic onto turn 3. Glamora uses Mud Shot, and Clodsire returns it with Earthquake, and it is down to 52-73. We are still set up pretty strong for our first face-to-face. For the next season, what's going to happen is however many people we have participating in the season, we are going to do a snake draft, just like we did with these two, and then we are going to set up a schedule where everyone faces everyone, and then whoever has met the most points, based on wins and losses, will move on to the playoffs, and we will and then the playoffs will decide the next champion, and the champion will have a trophy. We already have a trophy set up and mission and starting to be made. So we will the champion will hold a trophy, and if they're going to PMC, they will carry it to PMC, because they will carry it to every TokuNexo event. And now we come back to the games. Squirrel struggling, 2 Pokemon already down. Meowscarada comes in for King Gambit. And then Garnackle comes to recover 100% back to full health. Oh, and a critical hit with Flower Trick. And Ursaluna comes in for Garnackle. Meowscarada at 6%, Ursaluna at 28%. Ecliptor could afford the loss right now, but will he take it? Meowscarada goes for the Flower Chick using the speed, and both Pokemon go down. Oh, and it's a legendary to legendary match. 88% because Squirrel is in a bind. And with this legendary to legendary, anything is possible. Starts off when sets up Nasty Plot. Special attack is increased. Destiny Bond is set. Another Nasty Plot, and Giratina uses Thunderwave, paralyzing Calyrex. And Giratina goes down. King's Gambit comes back with 34%. Calyrex still paralyzed. And Squirrel on his last Pokemon, can Houndstone carry it all the way? King's Gambit has been burned with Will-O-Wisp. Comes out with Protect, and Kowtow Cleave has been denied. On to turn 21. Squirrel still in a bind. Houndstone holding on for dear life. Oh, and it's a critical and super effective hit with Kowtow Cleave. And Protect once again. Kowtow Cleave is denied. Burn, taking more of his life. What can Houndstone do? And Houndstone is out. The victory. Match 1 goes to Ecliptor.
Whew.
Now, just a reminder, this is just match 1 of this is just match 1, game 1. Best of 7. Ecliptor takes the first match after days of anxiety and stress. He can relax just for a little bit. Our next match will probably be next week.
Probably.
Yeah. So this is time. This is plenty of time for them to stress even more over their teams and build up. Remember, for those of you that don't know, we did a draft on Sunday. A 12-round draft. So they have a roster of 12 to choose from for the next game. So anything is possible. So join us for that will be it for this time. That'll be it for this Toku Talk. This was a lot of fun. It was great to once again talk about PMC. I will probably still continue to bring it up at numerous points. And especially
any chance you get, Dev.
Any chance I get. Bro, wait until they start announcing guests. When they start announcing guests, you will never hear the end of it from me. When they start announcing guests, we're like, guys, it's time. Guys, we need to lock in. Guys, we need to set everything in stone. Get all your plans together. I got your passes. Get ready to roll. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. But yeah, we are going to, that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this very special Toku Talk. Join us for the next one, where we will play out game 2 for this and talk a little bit more geek. Until next time, signing out.
See you later, guys. Whew.